opportunity. My name is Hon Olubunmi Tunji Ojo from Akoko Northeast, Northwest, Federal Constituency of Ondo State. Mr. Speaker, permit me to say, nothing has tested the faith of our people in Ondo State since 1983, like what happened last weekend. The whole state is down. Protests are happening everywhere. I think rather than continue to do the blame games, we need, as a house, to prefer possible solutions. Number one, we have to review the intelligence gathering mechanism of our country. All over the world, some of us, we've had experience in intelligence agencies other than this country. We know that defense mechanisms all over the world is now proactive. It's preventive rather than corrective or detective. What we have in Nigeria today is basically trying to find reasons why, medicine after death. And the only solution to this has to do with intelligence gathering. We have the DSS, we have NIS for foreign organizations. We have the DSS, we have the DMI, and so many intelligence gathering organizations. We need to know. Some of these things are very preventable. It's unfortunate that a country like Nigeria, the giant of Africa, the lion of Africa, cannot even protect its own jungle. I want to say this, Mr. Speaker. As a matter of fact, we need to review the security architecture of this country.
Honorable Benson, please take your seat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We need to review the security architecture of this country. Then we need to invest more in intelligence gathering, most especially in the area of social engineering, using human resources to get sensitive information. Nigeria is not at war externally, but...
Honorable Benson, please approach the chair.
But Nigeria, we are at war internally. Mr. Speaker, I want to say this. Nothing has tested the resolve, the collective resolve of all the ethnic groups in Nigeria, like the security situation we're experiencing at this particular point in time. We have to manage it well for this country to get to the level we all pray it will get to. I want to beg this, I want to plead with this House to set up a public hearing, as we have said, especially in areas of intelligence gathering, number one. Then number two, our service chiefs, I think the House needs to invite them. We need to know what they are doing because they've been appointed for 4 years, since 2015. And I said that security has been deteriorating over this period. When you are given a job to do, you should be evaluated based on your performance on the job. And at the moment, it is not rocket science to know that security is deteriorating in our country. Mr. Speaker, lastly, I want this House to also pay more attention to issue of employment, as we have said, because unemployment is the greatest cause of insecurity. When people are not employed, people, either rightly or wrongly, people will look for alternatives. And we know that part of the major problem we have with regards to unemployment is that jobs that are available, even federal government jobs, are available even to people in the cities. People in these other rural areas, they don't get these opportunities. And we know that Section 3, subsection 2 of the ND Act of 1991 clearly eviscerates this problem to avoid rural-urban migration, that the National Directorate of Employment is to be a clearinghouse for jobs available in Nigeria in collaboration with other agencies. It is the responsibility of NDE to make vacancies available to people within the rural areas and give equal opportunity to Nigerians wherever they are. Insecurity is getting more rampant in the rural areas other than the urban areas, which used to be the reverse. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, I would like to say this very clearly, that this House, as a matter of urgency, needs to revisit the bill that was passed by the 8th Assembly, which is the Security Trust Fund also. And every corporate organization in Nigeria has to have financial contribution to security fund. It is mandatory. In the field of information technology, all IT companies, all telecommunication companies, all banks, all insurance companies, they pay what we call the NITDA fund, which is 1% of profit before tax. In the oil and gas industry, companies for contracts above $1 million, they pay 1% to what we call the Local Content Development Act. We can only develop our local content. We can only develop our IT sector if there is security. Security is not cheap anywhere in the world. We need to revisit source of revenue for the Security Trust Fund. Equip our military, equip our police, and most importantly, go on preventive intelligence gathering rather than detective or corrective mechanisms. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the unique opportunity.